Hello, everyone. My name is Angela Mansfield, and I'm so glad to have you with me. In this presentation, we are going to explore the importance of making a commitment to our own self-awareness and growth, even when the topic or concept that we are exploring might be one we wouldn't choose on our own. This is something that will be helpful as we explore difficult concepts throughout this course, as well as something that can help you guide the difficult conversations you'll lead in the future about culturally responsive teaching and the role we have as educators to push for more for our students and their families. The quote you see in this picture is the perfect way to start thinking about what it means to make a commitment. You're either in or you're out. There is no such thing in life as in between. This is the type of commitment you have to make as we dive into this course together. Commitments to ourselves to do the hard work that comes with going all the way in, and commitments to each other to offer support, a listening ear, an open heart, and the necessary pressure that will push each other in our own thinking. You might notice the tack or nail sticking out right beneath the picture with a quote on it. That tack is representative of the challenges that will come with any commitment that you make. It can seem easy enough when you make the commitment, but as you move along the path, you will come across sharp spots in the road that might make you want to turn around and just go back. Many of the topics and concepts that we will explore and learn more about in this course can get pretty heavy. You might have already experienced your own tack of sorts just with the title of the course and course description. We're going to be looking at and discussing topics of race, culture, poverty, and other experiences that might differ from your own and might seriously challenge some of your thinking. This first video is meant to give you some additional tools before you jump in. Tools that will help you be all in throughout the course, as well as when you work outside of the course to implement what you've learned and lead by expanding your circles of influence. So these 6 commitments are from Glenn Singleton and his work around courageous conversations. They really serve to help center ourselves in the work as a learning community and acknowledge upfront that it is really going to be difficult and we need to commit to seeing it through. These are the tools I want to give you before you jump in. This course should really challenge your thinking and how you've approached the cultural differences in your classroom and in your practice. You should be in a vulnerable space, which is the perfect timing to go all in and be bold and clear about how you are going to do that. It is through these difficult challenges and conversations that we really can grow the most. As a community that is online, it is important that we really check ourselves and look inward to identify where it is that we are struggling with these commitments and why we might be struggling. It is also important that we put the word out there so we can struggle together and dig through some of these challenging concepts that we are exploring. The next few slides will go deeper into each of the commitments. The first commitment is to stay engaged. That's hard sometimes, especially with topics that we find difficult to explore independently, let alone in a classroom environment that's online. This is when it's even more important to commit ourselves to the experience and wherever the conversation might take us. It can be easy to give a quick response or walk away from a challenging topic or conversation, especially one that we may feel like we have little connection to or reason to look deeper. To stay engaged means to dig in, even when it feels muddy. When we do that, it provides us with time to explore the topic further and reflect on what might be making us stuck, opening the door to more insights, strategies, and solutions. Our second commitment is to speak our truth while acknowledging it is only part of the story. This is extremely important when we are talking about matters of culture, race, and poverty. If we are all speaking our truths and respecting that other truths exist, that allows us to open up space that will broaden our understanding of what the full story actually is. Identifying practices and language that has the potential to harm others will be easier to see. Your children in your classroom and the families and experiences they bring with them are also part of the story. It is up to us as educators and facilitators of learning to get to know the full story and how to bring that into the teaching and learning environment. Number 3, experience discomfort. This is the commitment that can stop the best of us dead in our tracks, but it is something we have to sit with, learn from, and grow through. The experiencing discomfort battle is one I have to fight each and every time I go to jump on my stationary bike for a workout. I know going in that I'm not going to be comfortable, that my grit and determination to even start the workout, let alone get through it, is going to be challenged, that I might absolutely hate every second of it. But on the other side of that discomfort lies the truth, that every time I push myself through my own discomfort, I grow tremendously. I become stronger, I push myself harder, and my body starts to build muscle memory that gives me the ability to move even faster and more efficiently the next time. When you come out on the other side of something in this course that provides you with discomfort, I challenge you to wipe off the sweat and go deeper in your reflections to identify the key things, the key learnings, the important takeaways from that discomfort, and put that awareness to work through actions and strategies that you can bring back to your practice. Commitment 4 is to expect and accept non-closure, especially when there is discomfort and we're not necessarily agreeing with one another or the concept we might be exploring. Non-closure can be okay if we take that as a moment and consider what we're going to do next. When we commit to expecting and accepting non-closure, we should also consider what we will do to learn more and push our understanding about the topic or concept. The next commitment is so critical to this class. Number 5, if you wonder, ask. Ask the hard questions. This is the commitment that pulls the thread through commitments 1 through 4. We can expect non-closure when our truth is only part of the story, and whenever there is non-closure, we should still have questions left to ask. The harder the questions are, the more discomfort we'll experience and need to stay engaged through. When we ask the hard questions in community with others, we are all pushed to learn more and grow. And finally, the 6th commitment brings us right back to our center and our story. Own our intentions and our impact. In the picture you see on this slide, the little creature's intention was to shade its eyes from the sun. The impact of adding sunglasses with no sunscreen was a bit of a sunburn for the rest of its body. The intentions were good, and the poor thing still got burned. Intentions do not outweigh the impact. In this course, we are going to be learning about and discussing topics of culture, race, and poverty. We'll look at the impact of systems with the best intentions and the inequities that are fed by them. There will be pain and hardship uncovered, and we might realize where we may have been complicit in some of it. This is where we must push past guilt or away from ignoring our role to identify and own where we may have unintentionally contributed to something. This will allow us to see the impact for what it is and change our actions for the future. When we own our intentions and impact, good or bad, it puts us in the position to do better and be better. It allows us to identify where our intentions don't align with the impact we hoped for, so we can adjust course and be even stronger from it. So, now what's next? My hope is that we can all agree to these commitments for our time together in this course. I wanted to set these commitments with you here to provide you with a foundation for how you will approach the work you'll do throughout the course. I also wanted you to have a tool that you can use when you share your learning with others, your teammates, other colleagues, administration, etc. When you provide clarity about the level of commitment that needs to happen to explore difficult topics and concepts, it gives everyone a common language and an anchor for feelings that come up and make us uncomfortable. A next step for you personally might be to think about each of the commitments and what they need. Explore which ones are easier for you, which ones are harder, and spend some time really thinking about why. The ones that are harder for you are a good place of discomfort for you to explore as we start this course. Those might be the ones you want to create some goals around for yourself. Thank you so much for taking the time to explore these commitments with me. I look forward to hearing how you plan to apply them to your work and practice, as well as connect them throughout the modules. Take care.